Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Noah Faryshadania binti Anwar and my student ID is TJ23030.
My name is Zaidatun Atika binti Surdi, TJ23027.
My name is Emilia Batrisha binti Rafi Sezindi, ID TJ23012.
My name is Manisha Pita binti Muhammad Ali Fikri and ID is TJ23037.
So today we are going to conduct a crystallization of brown sugar experiment where we will investigate the process of sugar crystallization and understand the factors that might affect the formation and size of sugar crystal. So now we are going to divide our tasks to each members, where I'm going to explain about the material and apparatus that we are going to use in the experiment, and I will do the editing and publishing of the video. And then next, Emilia, she will be the one that will measure the raw material such as the amount of brown sugar and volume of purified water. Then she will also boil the water before we start adding the sugar. And then next, Zaidatun will continue some of the procedure and will be the one that explain the result from day 1 to final day. And then lastly, Ika, she will prepare the crystallization setup and final procedure before we leave it for several days. Apparatus that we are going to use for today's experiment is hot plate, string, 50 ml of measuring cylinder, glass rod, spatula, and 100 ml of beaker. And then the material that we are going to use for today's experiment is brown sugar, food coloring, and purified water.
So firstly, I will measure 15 ml of purified water into a measuring cylinder. Now, I am measuring 100 grams of brown sugar to be added in the purified water later. Then, the measured volume of purified water then be heated on the hot plate until it boils at 100 degrees Celsius. After the purified water has been boiled, I will gradually add an amount of brown sugar into the hot water. I will continue add the brown sugar until it cannot be dissolved anymore in the water.
Now that the sugar has fully dissolved into the boiling water, I'm going to add a few drops of food colorant to the solution. As you can see, the color mixes evenly. The food colorant doesn't affect the crystallization process, but it gives a nice visual contrast that will help us track crystal growth clearly over the next few days. This step is optional but very helpful for make easier for us to observe the solution as the crystal form later. Once sugar dissolves, remove beaker from heat to cool down.
While waiting for the solution to cool down, now I'm going to do the crystallization setup. So I will tie the string to the pencil. Now I'm going to add the string into the solution. So we will leave the solution until the crystal will form.
Here we are on day 1. Right now, the solution looks clear with no visible crystal yet. This is because the solution is still saturated and the sugar has not started to solidify. We call this stage is cooling phase where nucleation has not started.
Next, on day 2, tiny sugar crystals start forming in the solution. Sugar molecules begin grouping together, forming solid structures. This marks the nucleation phase, where the initial crystal sets are created. Next, day 3, the crystals were visibly larger and more defined. They begin to show a structured growth pattern. Sugar molecules continued attaching to the initial nucleation sites, enabling the development of larger crystals. The solution remains saturated, allowing growth to continue. Next, on day 6, the crystals had more larger and more solid. They were well formed, covering more of the strings. The solution remained saturated, supporting continuous crystal growth. By day 8, the crystals become even larger and more defined. They continued to grow as additional sugar molecules attach to the existing structures. The crystals appear denser and shinier. On the final day, the crystals were fully grown, well-defined, and significantly larger than before. They displayed a shiny, structured appearance indicating successful growth. In this stage, the process had stabilized and no further significant growth was expected as the solution likely reached equilibrium.